So, trying not to go forward too far into the future with architecture, because that's, in literature, there's this kind of quite a split between those who believe in the outline and those that believe in the absence of an outline. The argument being that if you outline something in advance, when you go to write the actual prose, you'll find that your agents, your protagonists, kind of have this puppet-like effect whereby there's a tension to what they say, not a good kind of tension either, one where it feels like they're being pulled. The best description I've heard of it is plotting forward literature is akin to deciding what your children are going to do with their lives before they've had them yet. So knowing where you want them to go to school, knowing what you want them to study, knowing what preferable career path they will take at the end of those years. If you imagine the kind of tension where somebody who has like a preordained set of rails, like that train through Norway, you know, if you can imagine the tension to someone that has to unwillingly participate in those things, but it won't come off the rails at the same time. The lack of personal freedom. It does the same sort of thing in literature to characters, in that they always feel like they're driving at a point. In the world that we live in, we don't get to know exactly what's going to happen in the future. So we know what we want sometimes, but we don't necessarily know how we're going to get it yet. And it makes our actions, unless you're an extremely contrived human being, it makes our actions have a sort of organic development. And that when you write a character that where you already know where they need to be and what they're going to do, what they'll discover, how they'll change, it creates an artifice on top of an already artificial piece of work. So that's the argument against that. I tend to believe that. I think it's I guess there's some really talented people that can do that. I'm sure there must be. But I think for some people, but then the alternative to that is like free writing, which is, you got to wing it. You just got to hope that your imagination comes out to play at the time when you come out to play, with no roadmap. So it's, are you a roadmap kind of person? Are you a walking out the door with a pocket full of change into the wild blue yonder? I don't even know what yonder is. I think it just means away, looking away. Yonder. That's a good word.